Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What a night it was, with heaps and heaps of rain, thunder, lightning. It was absolutely terrifying. But as you can see, a new dawn, a new day, and things are calm again. And it appears like nothing has ever happened. Just amazing how nature can be. Anyway, what I'd like to do today is to continue along my way of presenting a book on Jim's 5am Club. And what I'd like to do today is to talk about one more installment in the series by the author Toshikazu Kawaguchi. And this book is entitled Before We Forget Kindness and was published on the 19th of September 2014. And this is the fifth book in the series. So the key points to come from this book is that the power of kindness is indeed quite profound, and even small acts of kindness can have a profound impact on others. And we need to connect with people throughout our lives, because human connection is essential for our well-being and for our happiness. We need to also understand that empathy has a healing power, and by understanding and empathizing with others, we can bridge the many divides and foster a deeper understanding and, of course, a deeper connection. And we also need to incorporate forgiveness, because forgiveness can be a powerful tool for healing and moving forward. And living the moment is also another key message that comes from this book, where we cherish the present moment because it can lead us to greater happiness and fulfillment. And the last key point is to cherish the present moment and to indeed indulge in the power of hope. Even in the darkest of times, hope can guide us towards a brighter future. And to once again understand that there is an enduring nature of love, and that love is a powerful force that can transcend both time and distance. So in this book, Before We Forget Kindness, the author continues the stories from Tokyo's time travel cafe. This time we meet a father who would not allow his daughter to get married. So he time travels to see his daughter and give her his blessing. But coincidentally, this happens at the same time as his daughter attempts to time travel to see him and to humbly apologize to her father for not listening to him, because her marriage turns out to be abusive and falls apart. This element is nicely written as they attempt to time travel at the same time, even though at different times of their lives, which causes a little confusion, but it is indeed an interesting point to contemplate and to think about. Then we also meet in the cafe a woman who couldn't give a Valentine's chocolate and card to her loved one, and when her loved one time travels to a day when they were supposed to meet, she finally manages to do so before she sadly dies. There's another story where a boy wanted to show his parents a smile when they announced that they were being divorced. A crushing moment for the young boy, because what he really wanted to do was to cry, because it was, for him, the worst day of his life, where the family unit, the us, was destroyed forever. But this boy, because he made a promise and a wish when he was at Disneyland that he wanted his parents to be happy, and for that reason he shared a smile on that day, which ended up being probably the worst day of his life. But unfortunately, parents don't understand that children need their fathers and their mothers to be united and to love each other in order to preserve and to validate their existence, the existence of the child who is the innocent victim in the circumstance of divorce. And the last story that comes from this book is where a wife wants to time travel to visit her deceased husband and have him help her name their child, because in line with Japanese tradition of parenting, what parents are called to do is to name their children together, to come to an understanding together in terms of what their children or what their newborn child is going to be named. But unfortunately, in this particular circumstance, it could not happen, as this husband had died before the child was born, which is very sad. But once again, you just don't know what life is going to throw at you. But this book allows us to vicariously share the anguish and the moment where this mother travelled in time, hoping that she could meet up with her husband to do that dual duty of naming their child. And what we realise is what is common to all of these stories is time travellers showing kindness to their loved ones and hence going back in time. I love this part and how kindness runs through all stories, just like in Before We Say Goodbye, people, when they time travel, go to say goodbye properly, regardless of how hard it was. It also seems that as the stories progressed, the author creates a common topic that runs through the books, saying goodbye and kindness in the last two books. Thus the series remains the same, but it also changes as the author grows along their journey as well. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club on this wonderful morning, and I look forward to coming to you again and sharing many more books over the next few years.